So before we get into this amazing video that I have lined up for you, I wanted to give a huge shout out and thanks to John. John actually left a brilliant comment on one of our last videos where we viewed an amazing compound in Austin, Texas that is currently listed for $50 million. Upon looking at that video and reviewing it, unfortunately, I came to the conclusion that $50 million just doesn't make any sense. The main reason why $50 million didn't make any sense is simply because at $50 million, you have way too many options in the entire world where you can choose amazing weather, better amenities, just to name a couple of things that this property was just simply missing. On another comment that John left, he told me about a $60 million mansion in Houston. So again, thank you, John. This particular video that we're doing today was inspired by you. Houston is an amazing city. I actually visited Houston recently, had an amazing time. Plenty of good food, lots of great culture. I mean, the place is rich in so much history. Houston is actually the largest city in the state of Texas, and it's actually the fourth largest city in the US, only behind Chicago, Los Angeles, and of course, New York. Now, when it comes to Houston, you have many wonderful things about this place. Tons of museums. My favorite thing is definitely the food. Can't get enough of that barbecue. Yeah, I lost my train of thought thinking about that food. I might be a little hungry here. But more importantly, you have many memorable or historical places rather located in Houston, along with it being the hub for astronauts. You know, NASA is here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we have a problem.
But outside of that, it's also a great place filled with many opportunities in terms of careers. You also have, you know, sports teams, plenty of championship sports teams. Actually, the only sports team without a championship in Houston, if I'm not mistaken, is the Texans, which they're doing pretty good right now. Shout out to my guy, CJ Stroud. You're making us proud here in California. So yeah, Houston is a great place. You've got plenty of options. And we'll actually do another video of the affordability in Houston, which actually it ranges from all over. I mean, you can realistically get a 4-bedroom house with a pool for less than $400,000. So Houston's a great place to be. Being that it is the fourth largest city in the world, there's always going to be plenty of opportunities, especially to start your own business, as well as join someone else's. It's a great place. So definitely a great place to think about relocating. Now, of course, everything has its negatives, and Houston has one particular negative that makes me question the $60 million price tag, and that is its susceptibility to floods. Now, of course, we all remember what happened in Katrina. It's very difficult time in you know, at least my lifetime that I can remember. But I do know that Houston people are strong, and Houston people definitely do stick together. So if you do decide to move to Houston or thinking about relocating to Houston, just understand you're joining an amazing group of people that will definitely stick together during, you know, any given time where things are tough. So shout out to everyone living in Houston. So we're going to get behind our desk. We're going to talk a little more about this amazing place, and we're going to look at the most expensive homes in Houston. Stay tuned. So we have the 5 most expensive properties listed for sale currently in Houston. Only 3 of them have videos, 2 of them do not, which I honestly don't quite understand. But you know, everyone has their process and I can respect it. For me personally, understanding that people that can afford these kind of properties are too busy. They don't have time to go to open houses and, you know, schedule an appointment to see one house. So having a video, you know, goes a long way. But of course, these people that do have the ability to buy these houses, they can always send an agent to do a walkthrough video for them, or concierge, or even an assistant. So, you know, there's a flip side to this. And for all we know, that these properties that don't have videos, they might be advertised in magazines. So there's a lot to take from here. But yeah, looking overall at Houston in this, you know, circle that we have here in this particular radius, these properties are a lot more expensive than I thought, or at least the price tags are higher than what I expected. Now I'm still sure, you know, one 0.4 million probably gets you something more than what you can find in, you know, some more expensive places. But given the fact that, again, this is the 4th largest city in the US, it's not out of the ordinary for an economy that's doing well. To maintain that kind of status, it has to have a thriving economy. So with that said, let's first take some time to look at this article that I found, which I was curious what the highest sale in Houston was, to just try to see, you know, how they got to the 65 million number. You know, usually you would think that there was something that sold for 50 million, and then you're like, well, my property's better than this, and, you know, let's go for 65 million. We got so many more things to offer. And yeah, it's the highest sale was for 21 million. For a 26,000 square feet property on 4 acres and change. And this was originally listed at about 27 million. Oh, 26 and a half million. But yeah, 6 bedrooms, 11 and a half bath. We're going to check this property out. It sold in 2022. Okay, so we're going to check this property out, and we're going to see exactly why this sold for 21 million. I love what I see. That definitely the greenery, the chateau type of vibe here, you know. Definitely French inspired. I like the cobblestones for the driveway. It's really nice. Ooh, look at that, the roof. It's very on point. Oh, wow. That is just beautiful. That is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh. You know, this place is definitely, you have tons of family weddings there. Whoever has this, you're hosting all the weddings. All right, so that's a nice pool. You know, it fits. You know, you're definitely, with this style, you don't want an infinity edge pool. Spent a lot of time outside. Are we going to get a chance to go in the house? Well, he got the fire lanterns. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, now we're inside. You could definitely feel this European vibe here, this European, you know, design. I love these moldings. The moldings are you know, they stand out. Yes, I feel like I'm in the basement of an Italian winery. All that was missing was the barrels. Ooh, I'm not really feeling that kitchen counter, but I do like everything else about that kitchen. I like that tub there. That's a nice old regal type of feel. What is this? This is like that's a really great closet. I thought that was a locker for a second. Was that the guest house? Because that was a different kitchen. Ooh, the hot tub is secluded. That's pretty, that's nice. You got your basketball court, you got a place for the kids, of course. All right, now this is the guest house. Okay, so that kitchen wasn't the guest house. So looks like there was 2 kitchens in that house. So there was a chef's kitchen. So that's really nice to have. I like the butcher block counter. I like that. Gorgeous. Like I said, you're hosting all the family weddings. You buy this house, you're hosting all the family weddings. Definitely love the French style. All right, so that sold for 21 million. So our question is this property, which, by the way, again, shout out to John, because, you know, we would be doing this video. It was originally listed for 65 million. So they took it down by 15 million and 15,000, which to me is clearly a sign that the property is overpriced, or they know that they listed it too high to begin with. But it also is an indication that they are really looking to sell it. So I think there's a deal to be had there. But we're looking at, you know, almost 10,000 square feet less property. There's more land here. There's 5 more acres plus, but smaller property in terms of the dwelling is that kind of sticks out to me. But it's 7 bedrooms and 13 baths. So we're gonna check it out and see how it stacks with the highest sale in the history of Houston, Texas. Welcome to the Lodge in Hunters Creek. This looks like a forest. And there's the golf course right there. So you're back to the country club. So you're gonna get some golf balls, potentially somewhere on your land that you'll probably never find. So that's the guest house. This is the main house. That's a beautiful place to sit and just, you know, kind of take some time to meditate. Not feeling the stairway that much, but I love the staircase. Would like something a little more grand in terms of the staircase, a little more dramatic, that's all. I love what's going on with these wood panels. The molding on that they had to highlight it. The molding on that fireplace. I don't even know if that was a fireplace or not. Cause they got too much going on. It didn't look like a fireplace anymore. Oh, it's a fireplace. But yeah, they had so much going on, so much stuff in there. It's like, hello? Not really feeling the kitchen counters again. The stainless steel, it does fit with the French theme. But those other counters, they're a little too drab for me. Would have preferred, you know, a more earthy toned stone. Kind of similar to the outside of the home, the facade of the home. Wow, there's a lot of water feature type of things going on here. I mean, I get it. I like it. I just feel that it doesn't fit the French theme. But I like it though. There go your neighbors. There go your people out there at the country club. Have them come cut your grass. Ooh, I like what I see in the guest. Oh no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. This counter. These, like, hello. You want $50 million. You want $50 million. You want $50 million for this. This is trash. This is trash. This counter, trash. Trash. I'm sorry. This is like, for you to have such a beautiful property, this is a slap in the face to your fellow multi-billionaires. This is a slap in the face to your 100 millionaires. This is a slap in the face. Like, nobody wants to spend 50 million. I'm telling you, this is coming from someone who's like, man, the perfect house for me, the budget, I'm going to spend 5 million. I spend 5 million. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything. I want damn near brand new everything. And this is the polar opposite. This is the polar opposite. We don't even know what this is. What brand is this? Definitely is. It's not high end. Like, look, I'm sorry. You had me going, but for 50 million, this ain't it. And I know the realtors mentioned it to them, you know, about the drawbacks, because everyone's always going to be honest. Like, people aren't going to like this. You should fix it. Like, come on, you can spare $200,000 to $300,000 to upgrade. You don't even need that much to upgrade that kitchen. It's not a huge kitchen. You put 100, 150 in there, get some high-end appliances, get a new counter, and the guest house will be amazing. Yeah. It's a nice property, you know, it's very grand. It has a lot of good stuff going for it. I mean, the main house, you know, had a lot of beautiful stuff going for it. I told you the only thing that I didn't like was the counters to the kitchen. I would have preferred, you know, a different tone of counter, but that's really a preference thing. Something that is going to be unanimous is that guest house and its appliances. Like, that just... I'm gonna try to put this the nice version of this, but at that price point, and you have that billionaire, 100 millionaire that walks into that property and sees that, and they're gonna be like, you need to change this, or, you know, I'm not buying this. This is like you're screwing me over. Like, hello? But it's again, I felt like all the water features in the back with the pool, I felt like it was too zen for it to be French, right? It was too zen for it to be French. But we'll move on. I'll come back to that when we have our conclusion about all these properties. So next up is 100 Carnarvon. It's actually the same street as the one that sold for 21 million. And I'm just telling you, looking at this looks so grand. This looks like This looks like a museum freshly delivered from France. Like, this I'm already blown away. Like, look at this, look at this entryway, look at this chandelier. Oh yeah. So 36 million, almost 10,000 square feet larger than what we just seen. 8 bedrooms, 12 baths, built in 2002. Let's check it out. Alright, so definitely you can see clearly it has less land. Wow. See, a subtle water feature. You know, it was nice. Watcher. I like that. Look, this foyer is just so grand with all these columns. You just really feel like you're in a museum. They got some art that they had to blur out. Wow. Now this is the family room that no family is allowed in. Gorgeous. Yes. Now that kitchen hit on the tones of the home. Like nice earthy tone. Like that's, you know, part of French style. You know, nice easy palettes. You know, pastel. You know, there's a genuine, you know, look to replicating that style. And there it looks like they've done it. They've replicated it, you know, so far from what I'm seeing, they've replicated it perfectly. Like everything down to the floors. You have these, you know, giant tarps that they have hung up on the wall, all this beautiful art. Now, I am curious if this art comes with the house. I hope so, because this house, the way that it's designed, everything that it, ooh. Actually, that tub is fine. You know, I would have expected something not as functional, because that tub is more functional than it is, you know, designed. You know, just one of those nice egg-shaped tubs that we're used to seeing that are standalone, that look like they belong in the 1800s. So I don't knock that tub. I actually think I like it because it's actually functional. Ooh, look at the staircase. Now that's a staircase fit for this house. And look at oh my God, look at that sky. Oh my, what they've done here is truly, truly amazing, remarkable. I love this house. And then you got the theater room here, very nice. How does the theater room look like? It's a library. All right, what is this? The pool house? So it doesn't. Oh yeah, it's the pool house, and you got your steam room right there. Or is the pool house a guest house? It looks like just a pure guest house. But yeah, this was well curated, and I'm really, really curious if the art stays with the house, because everything that's in the house is what makes the house. Maybe that's why they're listed at 36 million, because the art comes with the house. Because I could definitely tell you there's millions of dollars in art in the house. So for me personally, you're gonna want it the way it is. And you know, even if it's not included, everything's for sale. But that was gorgeous. That was gorgeous. 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 I like that one a lot. That's my favorite one we've seen so far. Well, we only seen 2. In the one that sold. The one that sold, I like that one too. So that's my number. The one I like the second. That's the second best thing that I've seen so far, or that we've seen so far. Anyway, we are now prepared to look at 2920 Lazy Lane. Oh, you know what? That's what I didn't do. Let me go back real quick. Is yeah, 2 acres. So it looks a bit smaller than everything else in terms of the land, but I mean 2 acres plus is still a lot of land if you want the truth. But moving along. 2920 Lazy Lane listed currently for $25 million. Is this worth $4 million more than the one that sold? We'll find out, but it's 17,000 square feet, so it's smaller. About the same amount of acres. This one's 4.5, so there's a little more land per se. Built in 89, 5 beds, 10 baths. We're gonna see exactly what 2920 has to offer in comparison at $25 million. And I forgot this one. Yeah, the people are gonna speak, so you're gonna hear me shut up a little bit.
As you can tell, I love this house. It was and is a fantastic site, so near to Bayou Bend, high above the bayou itself, and on this very beautiful street, Lazy Lane. The plan of the house was very important. How you moved in from the street,
It's a simple,
how
nice,
you approached it, how it had a certain degree of grandeur, that it does have a smiling
style
face, shall we say. The big
Italian, Italian,
archway.
European, like this could fit
I love to break
anywhere
up
in
the
that
plan
region.
of our houses with interesting shapes, like the staircase.
I like
and
the
entrance hall,
staircase.
and the view
Not really a
through
fan
the entrance
of
hall into the garden at the
like
back.
this yellow, like especially in the molding. But it could be just the camera. It might look better in person. So I'm not
opens
100%
to the
sure.
bayou. You come in, and there's a long
I love the
gallery that
floors.
runs the length of the house. It has a big living room. The living room is broken up into a main part of the living room and a big bay. Another architect who inspired me and Roger Seifter, who worked very closely together, is Charles Platt. And then, of course, there's the library with this beautiful paneling.
And I think that this is the sort of house that its architecture is really adaptable to so many different tastes and so many different scales of family.
I wouldn't go that far saying that it's adaptable or appealing to many different tastes. The one we just saw, I felt like that appealed to many different tastes because of the art factor. Like it felt like art. And anyone that appreciates art would appreciate that house. This house so far, it's the colors are kind of all over the place. Like it can't figure out if it's Italian or French. Like it's trying to find its way. But maybe there's more to it. But I'm definitely, in terms of like some of the fireplaces we've seen, I'm not feeling this in contrast to those.
Whoever does buy it will love it and make it his or her own. The screened pool room is a very special place for all of us, I think.
The palm trees and all of that as part of the decor was our contribution, shall we say.
So, very nice.
It's very formal in some ways, but
Versace
it lays out very
style pool.
easily for everyday family living. Barbara was involved in all aspects of the decorating with us and our decorating associate, Raul Morillas.
You could definitely tell this was built in '89.
Floor. This may be the most amazing bathroom I've ever had anything to do with.
The primary bath was a special treat for us
It is
because
nice.
we actually
It's a nice
worked
bathroom.
with the craftspeople who made the draperies out of plaster.
It has in the center a single marble tub, which Raoul and Barbara found in Paris. In regard to this house, I think
I like
Italian villas
some of
that
these
you find in the
ceilings. That
vicinity of
yellow
between,
stripe
say,
ceiling,
Florence
yeah, I don't
and
like that.
Milan, Tuscany.
The bayou, I think, is very, very special. The fact that it's high up on the bayous. In spite of the fact that you're so close to downtown, you feel like you're in the country. And it's so special,
It
so
is nice.
private.
And then there's a tennis court with a pavilion at the net line and a Queen's Pavilion at the end, which is an opportunity for us to do something festive and whimsical in the design. What's important about this house, aside from the fact that I think it is wonderful, is that it was a total work of art. Architecture, landscape architecture, and decorating were all perfectly synchronized. And that doesn't happen so often.
Okay, so 2920 Lazy Lane, 25 million. I'ma just say it. It's a no for me at 25 million. It's definitely the oldest build that we've seen so far, right? 100%. 100% that's the oldest, right? This is 2005. This was 2002. Right? This was 2002 and this was 89. So it's kind of, behind in terms of innovation and, what's available. We just got to see, this one says it's new construction at 25 million. And I'll just tell you flat out, a nice French inspired property. Like if it's done correctly, like how this was done, I mean, this is just, I think this is a one of one. This is high, would be desirable for me. And as you can see, it's been on the market for a while. So, who knows? But yeah, let's look at these two that don't have videos. Let's look at these two that don't have videos and check out these photos. You know what? This isn't even finished yet, so we're not even gonna really, too much look at it. Just based on these photos, these are most likely renderings. Actually, let me double check. Yeah, these are most likely renderings. But it looks like it'll be nice. For 25 million, that we don't see what the front facade of the property looks like, but this will definitely it'll turn out nice. It should turn out nice. All right, so we're gonna move on to $20 million, 1722 River Oaks, built in 2005 on an acre of land. You can see this is like completely French inspired, which I think is probably like is there some French heritage that I'm not 100% sure of in Houston? Somebody let me know if this is a French town, like New Orleans, like understanding New Orleans is French heritage, right? So I know about that. Is Houston like that too? I would definitely, like to know. But we're gonna go ahead and check these photos out for 20 million, 5 beds, 8 baths, 12,000 square feet. So this is the smallest property in the price ranges, or in the top 5. This is the smallest of them. So you have another nice living area, nice molding on the fireplace. Definitely a family room, that people use. This looks like gets more used as a family room. You have what looks like a library, right? A library or secondary family room. It's more so likely a library. Obviously, all these books and stuff. Staircase is underwhelming. Wood paneling is great. The molding is great. And, like I said, the key thing that I would like to see is, especially at this price point, is something, more dramatic on the staircase. Those circular staircases. Something that's just like gonna pop. Even with the other property that we looked at, Hunter's Creek, even though the staircase was like this, the banister, the stair railing, all of that was still dramatic and still really, really beautiful. So even though it wasn't a dramatic circular staircase, it still popped to a degree. I like this flooring here too. I don't, it's kind of hard to tell what it is. Could be travertine. I honestly don't know because the picture's so grainy. But yeah, we're still looking at that staircase. This is a nice dining room. Again, lots of good, nice wood paneling and molding. Nothing too crazy, but this is definitely a classy, timeless dining room. I love it. All right, another picture of the entryway, and what is so this might be like the den here, which allows you to make sure that the children are okay when they're playing outside. This kitchen counter, actually this kitchen counter does kind of work in this kitchen. I still would prefer something a little on the lighter side, a little more earthy, a little more Frenchy per se, but kitchen's not bad. Got a fireplace right by the dining area, so this is not the formal dining room. We looked at the formal dining room already. This office here, I like this office a lot. Like this is what you want in an office like that. Library, filled. You sit here, you close a really good deal, and you light a cigar, you pour your scotch, and you just toast to life, and you walk out of your study. You got your Hugh Hefner robe on, and this is the best part of this. Is the best thing I've seen here. You have the winery, right? That's what this looks like to me. Is just a pure winery. This doesn't even look like a wine cellar, right? But you have your wine cellar with the table here. You guys sit down and enjoy a nice glass of wine with your friends. It's definitely a great hangout spot. I love it. Oh, and there's even more to it. There's more to, wow, this is a very large wine cellar. The wine cellar is impressive. All that's missing, again, is barrels. I love the vaulted ceiling in here. That's definitely something that we haven't seen in any of the properties. But the thing that I don't like is the carpet. I'm not a huge fan of carpet. 2 reasons. Breeding ground for bacteria, and due to the first reason, you have to keep it clean. You have to clean it versus like a hardwood floor or something like that. You could just keep it clean. It's easier to clean, easier to disinfect, and more importantly, if you want like that carpet feel, especially when you get out to bed, that's where you get a really nice rug and you put that under your bed. So putting that out there. It's a nice closet. There's a sink here in the closet, so that's something I would have expected. Let's see here. We got more carpet again. Not a huge fan of this carpet. I think this is still the primary bedroom. I love this. Again, vaulted ceilings and exposed. I love that. I love it. Ooh, I like how this looks when you do come up the stairs. I like this a lot. This is definitely giving me Tomb Raider vibes. If anyone's familiar with Tomb Raider, she has that mansion that her father had deeded to her. And you have again very nice thing to have, which still blows my mind that that property in Austin that's currently listed for 50 million doesn't have a theater room or screening room. Like, it doesn't have any of that. So still mind blowing to me that something at that price point doesn't offer that. But almost everything we looked at so far, if I'm not mistaken, has one. More vaulted ceilings, I love that. And you see how their carpet is here, and then there's like this floor back here is not carpet. Yeah, I like this room. This room is really nice. I like this tub setup. I'm curious as to how you get up here, but hopefully you don't just have to hop over, because the older you get, the more impossible that is. Very nice. I like these counters. You know, that marble flow. Then you got the whole mirrored wall here, you know, with the frames to you know, make it pop. It was really, you know, subtle and you know, nice touch. You got your steam shower here, so there's a window here, and you know, just in case you want to have the natural light, or you know, look at the garden. I'm hoping there probably is a garden or some greenery and stuff out here. I mean, you're on you know, the land that should provide that. And you have her closet. Oh, okay. So the first closet we seen was the his side. Now this is the her side. That is nice. That's nice. So backyard, here we go, the backyard. So yeah, nice backyard, you know, nothing to sneeze at all. Ooh, I really like the sitting area too. This is beautiful. This was beautiful. So the question is, at 20 million, do we like it at 20 million? I don't know. But what I can tell you is, comparing it to what sold for 21 million, I don't like it at 20 million. Because what sold at 21 million it hit on a lot of things. Outside of the size of the property, the acreage of the property, the design of it was better. So I would say no, and I guess a lot of other people said no. It's been on the market 707 days. I think you know, it's kind of speaking for itself there. The market is spoken. The market has spoken. The market says it's not worth 20 million. All right, so we're done looking at those particular properties. What I ended up looking at while I was scrolling along the way down, was just to see, you know, what other kind of properties that there were available. And if I'm not mistaken, this one right here, just under 10 million, it popped out to me. You know, you're looking at 7 bedrooms, 14 baths, you know, 23,000 square feet on almost 4 acres of land. And, you know, it just hit the market, built in 2017. And I thought this looked remarkable. And this was the 10 million. Like, we just looked at this for 25 million, right? Which was older build. Then we looked at those photos just now from the 20 million, and you know, I wasn't necessarily overwhelmed. We weren't overwhelmed or like over impressed. It was nice, you know, in many aspects, but just because something is nice, it's been on the market for 707 days. This is a new listing. So we're gonna check this out, and we're gonna see what it's about. So this is an equestrian property. So that's your stable. How does the $10 million listing have a video, but not the 25 million or the 20 million? Wow, that's palatial. So that's a stable. Look at how luxurious the stable is. Your horses will love it there. It's like a spa for horses. Look at the entryway. Look at the foyer, and then you got the staircase. Not overly dramatic, but beautiful. Yes, this kitchen. Look, this kitchen is hitting. That kitchen, beautiful, perfect style. So the dining is part of the kitchen, open space. That is, now that, I had to pause for a second here. That is a very good feature where you have the kitchen and the table right there, because at least Italian, you know, I'm not sure exactly how close, you know, French families are, but Italian families, you know, they'll have the grandma sitting at the table, working on the base of a sauce by, you know, maybe peeling or cutting, you know, some onions. And then you have the matriarch that's just, you know, over the stove with the pot, and like, it's just a whole production. It's a whole production of the family coming together to make this amazing meal. And that's a style, right? That's like, that is something that we don't really have a lot of that kind of you know, background here in America. So, you know, definitely I like what I've seen here. I like that. I like this. This primary is just dramatic. This is a dramatic primary. Wow. It's like a Versace primary, like Italian designer primary. All right, we got the guest house here. 3 beds, 3 baths. It's attached to the, I like that kitchen too. I like that primary. Wow, this that bathroom was really, really nice for the guest house. Told you, like, this is a really, really nice house. Look at the pool right there, like, and then there's a pool house. Like, look at this, man. This is it. Oh, we're gonna see it at night. We're getting some night shots. Yeah. Yeah, this is remarkable. Yeah, this is remarkable. Completely impressed. Yep. Out of everything we've seen so far, I think this sells before any of it. I think this sells before everything we've seen so far. Without question. Where is this? Like, you can, okay, that's Georgia. I'm like, man, there's no way. Like, you get all of this for 5 million. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm over here saying, man, my dream house budget is 5 million. I don't want to do anything. And you got those old ass white appliances from 1982 in that place, in that guest house, and you're like, man, like, you could have at least left some stainless steel in there to you know, like, it could have been old stainless steel appliances. It just would have had a much better look than those old appliances. Anyway, I'm moving on. lastly, what we're going to look at is more of like a bonus. This property is actually just outside of Houston in a city called the Woodlands, currently listed at $13 million. I was just curious, you know, what the outer parts of Houston had to offer in terms of luxury. So we're gonna check this out, and then we're gonna give our final thoughts about everything we've seen, and you know, maybe you can give your thoughts too. So let's check this out. '88W Grand Regency. I definitely like the style of houses here. You know, it's definitely different than what we see on our side here in LA, where a lot of the new builds are, you know, these nice, sexy moderns. And then you have, you know, we have some Cape Cod here, and, you know, some Victorian. Not a lot of, you know, French or European inspired properties, but I mean, they're around. Okay. Viking appliances, I like it. I like that bathroom. It's the theater room? Is there a theater room? Yeah. That is cute. Not really feeling the furniture in there, but it's okay. I don't understand what's up with this carpet. Ooh, you got a diner, like you got your diner bar. That's pretty cool. I don't understand what's up with this carpet in these homes. I mean, yes, I get it. There's expensive carpet and good carpets, you know, but I'm just not feeling it. That office is okay. It was like the weakest office we've seen so far. Nice bathroom. Is that like a kid's area, or, you know, part of the kids' room? There's a lot of bathtubs in this house. Wow. When they see it have a nice faucet, they're just like, run the water. So this is 3 stories. This is a lot of house. If I'm not mistaken, this one's 30,000 square feet. So this is a lot of house. What the hell is that? What? Explain the purpose of this. Like, what do you do with that? This right here. Like, what do you do with that? Like, what is the purpose of that? What is the purpose of this? Is it just for weddings? Because that's the only thing I could see. I mean, it's definitely like where you put all the chairs and stuff. And I mean, I could see like that. I see just automatically, but I don't know what the other purpose is. All right, so we've seen everything. We've seen everything here. Right? What you got for me? And then nope, there's no other description. But I remember seeing that it was about 30,000 square feet. That much I remember. But we're not gonna spend too much time talking about that. What we want to know. What we want to know is the value or the listing price of these properties. Are they accurate or are they inaccurate? Obviously, we won't know until something sells. But I will go and say this. I'm going to rate these properties and I'm going to guess the range. Now I'm going to, put out a disclaimer. I'm not saying that the value of these properties are less than or more than what what I'm saying is the likelihood of someone valuing the area enough to be there, and what does that look like, right? So ultimately, the value of something is what someone is willing to pay for it. That's it. So we're going to start off with our highest currently listed property. It started off at 65 million, dropped down to 15 million. After what I've seen, I really don't like this place at 50 million. I don't even like it at 40 million. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. I don't like it at any of that range. So you got to go below 40. I think you got to go below 40, and I still don't like your odds there. I think this place will sit for a while. I think this place will sit for a very, very long time. I just think the property that here is available at 36 million is just superior. It's superior in every natural way, from design to size. The only thing that it lacks is, of course, it's not back to the country club. I don't know how important that is to somebody, but it's not back to the country club, and it doesn't have almost 9 acres of land, which, it's like, hey, would you prefer more house or more land? Because 2 acres and change is still a lot of land. Not to mention that guest house in that first property is just, it don't match. It doesn't match. It's not 50 million. I could, here's the thing, having something that's not updated, but it's in, an area such as the Platinum Triangle, for example, which is Beverly Hills, Bel Air, and Homely Hills. Something old, people will still buy because they're sustaining comparables. They're sustaining sales that support the price of the land. There is no supporting sales that support the price of these properties that we're looking at. 21 million is the largest sale that I could find, that was written, that was documented. 21 million. These all are going to shatter. Like this one will shatter it. And this is 36 million. This one will shatter the record in price. So, and I think this will, like I said, I think this will sell before that one. And this one's been on the sale, for sale, going on a year, 323 days unsold. Like, has it even went into escrow? Yes, no, maybe so. No, they've been trying to sell this property for years. 30 million, 30 million, 30 million, right? Now they're at 36. They've been trying to sell this place for years, and I really, really like this place. I think it will sell. I think it will sell, but it's clearly it's going to take a long time. So let's look at our $25 million property. This has been on the market 269 days. 269 days. 25 million. 25 million is a no for me, right? 25 million is a no for me. And then this, you know, we can't really rate it, but you know, off of the pictures, which are rendering. So I'm gonna skip that one and say I don't have an opinion to go against, you know, or suggest. And then the one for 20 million that's been on the market for 707 days. 707 days. This is a no for me too. At 20 million. Like, we seen this property here for 10 million. I think the $10 million property sells well before it's this one, before any of those, right? Through over 3.5 acres, 23,000 square feet of land, and it has a stable. Yes, that sells well before any of these. Well before any of these, because the main thing that I guess I'm, you know, I could be completely wrong, but the main thing that I can say as far as who would, you know, be able to, or who would desire to have a home of that magnitude, you know, this type of caliber in Houston, and it's probably going to be, you know, people that have businesses in Houston, successful businesses, CEOs, athletes, and that's it. And I think some of these have too much of a, I don't know how to put it. I think some of these don't have the desirability of the masses, right? I think some of these don't have the desirability of the mass pool of people that would be interested. I think something like this will have more appeal. Something like this will have more appeal, which has been on the market for over a year, right? I think there's so many different ones that will have more appeal than these. And this is, remember, I like this one a lot. So yeah. So looking at these top 5, I'm gonna rate them from 1 to 10. This one, I give it an 8. I give it an 8, and it's mainly because that guest house. And, you know, I wasn't really feeling the kitchen counter. I think they could have went with a different color palette, but ultimately that was about the only problems that I really had with it. I was gonna give it a 10. I give it a 9.5. Only reason I give it a 9.5 is because I'm not 100% sure if the art and everything comes with the house. If the art and everything comes with the house, this house is a 10. This is the 10. Okay, this is the 10. Granted, this is definitely a house for someone that appreciates art. It's not for someone who just is looking for, you know, a really nice home in you know, at 30 million. But for me, I liked it. As far as the oldest house that was here, this one I give a 7.5. It's clear they haven't really done a whole lot of work. A lot of the color palettes are like really old. Like, there's just too much stuff that just doesn't work in this place, and clearly it needs work. So I give it a 7.5. And the one for 20 million, this one I give a 7. There's was just way too much carpet in there for me. Way too much carpet. It's the smallest of the properties that are available. I mean, it's 12,000 square feet. It had a lot of nice stuff in there, but I can't give it more than a 7 at 20 million. If it wasn't listed at 20 million, I'd probably give it an 8 if it were listed closer to 10 million. I'd probably give it an 8, 8.5. But at 20 million, it's underwhelming, right? These grades are based on their price points to what they offer. So what do I think that they'll sell for? I think the range of this property will probably be somewhere in the 25 to 35 million dollar range. I can't unsee the fact that the highest priced property that sold was 21 million and was better than this. So I can't unsee that. So I'm gonna say 25 to 35 million. That's just me. Why do I believe 50 million is absolutely no and 40 million is absolutely no? I think I've said this and I'll say it again. 40, 50 million. The person that can afford that has the entire world as a place that they can purchase a property. They have way more options at these price points than there are properties, than there are buyers for these properties. These are not like, these price points are not like there's 50, 30, buyers that are looking in a certain area. No, there are a lot of options, like literally a lot of options for someone at that price point. And when you have places like the Hamptons, when you have places like Beverly Hills, when you have places like New York, San Francisco, you have Dallas, you have Atlanta, you have so many places, Miami, so many places, Virginia, so many places where you can get everything that you could ever desire at 50 million. And everything that you could ever desire from what we've seen here at 50 million, a listing price, it's not there. It's not there. So very underwhelming in that sense. The one for 36 million, where I think it ends up selling, I think it sells 25 to 35. I don't think that, like I said, I don't think this house is better than this house. I just don't. I think this house is better. So I would group them in the same. This one does have more land, so it's more of a forest. It might be, right there by the country club, but I don't know how big of a deal that is. Anyway, I think they're in the same ballpark in terms of price, if you ask me. So 25 to 35. What is this one? What I feel this one sells at? I feel like this is a $15 million property. I think this is a $15 million property. I don't think it's worth more than that. I just don't. So 10 to 15 is what I think someone would probably pay for that. This one, again, we can't really comment on it because we couldn't really see it. This one right here is another $10 million property. It's 10 million. Honestly, I don't even think it's 10 billion. I think it's less than that. But who knows? River Oaks, that might mean something. But based on what we've seen, what we're comparing it to, for me, this is 7 to 12 million. Is I don't see it anything higher than that. And then, of course, the last thing that we've seen, which was 10 million, as far as compared to everything we've seen, I think this is the one that's the most spot on. I think this is like easily gonna sell, in my opinion, for a 9, something with a 9 in front of it. I'll leave it at that. Something with a 9 in front of it. Some NFL player, someone from the Astros, is going to get a new contract, and they're getting their new contract right on time for this amazing property that has really good appeal for a lot of people. So yeah, that's it, folks. You know, obviously we didn't talk about the one that's listed for 13 million at, you know, 30,000 square feet. I guess, you know what, we'll grade that too and suggest a price. I give that one an 8. I'm not really too big on the design. Does miss on a few things, but I can still give it an 8. Having that empty space where clearly the only thing that you can really do with it is have a wedding. Not the thing that I would like to highlight, but it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna take a break, eat some soup, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.